Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Automating Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM can significantly enhance productivity by allowing you to streamline processes, manage data, and integrate with other applications. Below is a comprehensive tutorial on how to automate tasks within Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM using C and the Dynamics 365 SDK. Prerequisites: 1. Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM instance. You need access to a Dynamics 365 CRM instance. 2. Visual Studio. Install Visual Studio. Community Edition is sufficient. 3. Dynamics 365 SDK. Download the Dynamics 365 SDK from the Microsoft website. 4. Nuget packages. Ensure you have the microsoft.crmsdk.coreassemblies nuget package in your project. Step 1. Set up your project. 1. Create a new project. Start Visual Studio. Create a new console application project. 2. Install nuget packages. Right-click on your project in Solution Explorer, select Manage Nuget Packages. Search and install microsoft.crmsdk.coreassemblies. Step 2. Authenticate with Dynamics 365. To interact with Dynamics 365, you need to authenticate. Here's how to set up your authentication. Sharp. Using System. Using microsoft.xrm.tooling.connector. Namespace Dynamics 365 Automation. Class Program. Static void main, string args. String connection string equals auth type equals OAuth, plus. Username equals your underscore username, plus. Password equals your underscore password, plus. URL equals https:// your_org.crm.dynamics.com, plus. App ID equals your underscore app underscore ID, plus. Redirect URI equals your underscore redirect underscore URI, plus. Login prompt equals auto. CRM connection equals new CRM connection string. / your code will go here. Step 3. Interact with Dynamics 365 data. Now that you're authenticated, you can perform operations like creating, reading, updating, and deleting records. Here's an example of creating a new contact record. Sharp. Using System. Using Microsoft.xrm.sdk. Using Microsoft.xrm.sdk.client. Using Microsoft.xrm.tooling.connector. Namespace Dynamics 365 Automation. Class Program. Static void main, string args. String connection string equals auth type equals OAuth, plus. Username equals your underscore username, plus. Password equals your underscore password, plus. URL equals https:/ your underscore org.crm.dynamics.com, plus. App ID equals your underscore app underscore ID, plus. Redirect URI equals your underscore redirect underscore URI, plus. Login prompt equals auto. Using CRM service client equals new CRM service client, connection string. If service client is ready. / create a new contact. Entity contact equals new entity, contact. Contact first name equals John. Contact last name equals Doe. Contact email address 1 equals john.doe@example.com. GUID contact ID equals service client.create, contact. Console.read $contact created with ID, contact ID. Else. console.read_align, connection failed, plus service client.last CRM error. Step 4, updating a record. To update an existing record, you need its ID. Here's how to update the contact we just created. Sharp GUID contact ID equals / ID of the contact you want to update */ entity contact to update equals new entity, contact ID. Contact to update email address 1 equals john.newmail@example.com. Service client.update, contact to update. console.read_align, contact updated. Step 5, retrieving data. You can retrieve data using queries. Here's how to fetch a contact by ID. Sharp GUID contact ID equals / ID of the contact you want to retrieve */. Entity retrieved contact equals service client.retrieve, contact ID, new column set, true. console.read_align, $retrieved contact first name retrieved contact last name. Step 6, deleting a record. To delete a record, you can use the following code. Sharp service client.delete, contact ID. console.read_align, contact deleted. Step 7, error handling. Always include error handling to manage exceptions. Sharp try / your code to interact with CRM. Catch exception X. console.read_align, $an error occurred, EX message. Step 8, deploying your application. Once you've tested your application successfully, you can deploy it as a console application or integrate it into a larger application as needed. Conclusion. Automating Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM using C allows you to perform various operations efficiently. The example above covers the basic CRUD operations. Depending on your requirements, you can expand this by adding more complex business logic, integrating with other services, or creating workflows. Additional resources. Microsoft Dynamics 365 documentation, https://docs.microsoft.com/n-a/dynamics365. Microsoft Dynamics 365 SDK, https://docs.microsoft.com/n-a/dynamics365/customer engagement /on-premises/dev-idpro/sdk-download. See SDK sample code, https://github.com/microsoft/dynamics-365-developer-toolkit. This tutorial serves as a foundational guide to get you started with automating Dynamics 365 CRM using code. Happy coding! Automating Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM can greatly enhance productivity by streamlining processes and minimizing manual tasks. This tutorial provides an overview of how to automate Dynamics 365 using the Web API, Power Automate, and SDK. We will focus on using C with the Dynamics 365 Web API for automation. Prerequisites. 1. Microsoft Dynamics 365 environment, you need access to a Dynamics 365 instance. 2. Development environment, Visual Studio or any IDE that supports C. 3. NuGet packages, microsoft.crmsdk.coreassemblies, microsoft.crmsdk.coreassemblies.client, and microsoft.rest.client runtime. You can install these via NuGet Package Manager. 4. Azure Active Directory, AAD, to authenticate and access the Dynamics 365 API. Step 1. Register an application in Azure AD. 1. Go to the Azure portal. 2. Navigate to Azure Active Directory App Registrations. 3. Click New Registration and fill in the details. Name, your app name. Supported account types, choose based on your needs. Redirect URI, set this if you plan to authenticate interactively. 4. After registration, note down the application, client, ID and directory, tenant, ID. 5. Go to Certificates and Secrets and create a new client secret. Note this down as well. Step 2. Set API permissions. 1. Under the API permissions section, click Add a permission. 2. Choose APIs my organization uses and search for Dynamics 365. 3. Select the appropriate permissions, example user_impersonation for delegated permissions. 4. Grant admin consent for the permissions. Step 3. Create a C console application. 1. Open Visual Studio and create a new console application. 2. Add the necessary NuGet packages mentioned earlier. Step 4. Write the automation code. Here's a simple example that demonstrates how to create a contact in Dynamics 365 CRM using C and the Web API. Sharp. Using system. Using system.net.http. Using system.net.http.headers. Using system.txt. Using system.threading.tasks. Using microsoft.identity.client. Namespace Dynamics 365 Automation. Class Program. Private static string tenant ID equals your_tenant_ID. Private static string client ID equals your_client_ID. Private static string client secret equals your_client_secret. Private static string resource equals https://your_org.crm.dynamics.com/. Private static string authority equals $https://login.microsoftonline.com/tenant ID. Static async task main, string args. var token equals await get access token. var contact ID equals await create contact, token. console.read_align, $created contact with ID, contact ID. Private static async task string get access token. confidential client application app equals confidential client application builder.create, client ID. With client secret, client secret. With authority, new URI, authority. Build. String scopes equals new string $resource/default. var result equals await app acquire token for client, scopes, execute async. Return result access token. Private static async task string create contact, string access token. Using, var client equals new HTTP client. Client.base address equals new URI, resource. Client.default request headers.authorization equals new authentication header value, bearer, access token. Client.default request headers.accept.add, new media type with quality header value, application/JSON. var contact equals new. First name equals John. Last name equals Doe. Email address 1 equals john.doe@example.com. var JSON equals newtonsoft.json.json convert.serialize object, contact. var content equals new string content, JSON, encoding.utf8, application/JSON. var response equals await client.post async, API/data/v9.0/contacts, content. Response.ensure success status code. var location equals response.headers.location. Return location.segments:1, / return the created contact ID. Step 5, running the application. 1. Replace the placeholders your_tenant_ID, your_client_ID, your_client_secret, and https://your_org.crm.dynamics.com/ with your actual values. 2. Run the application. If everything is configured correctly, it should create a new contact in your Dynamics 365 CRM. Step 6, further automations. Updating records, you can use put requests to update existing records. Retrieving records, use get requests to retrieve data. Deleting records, use delete requests to remove records. Using Power Automate, you can also create flows in Power Automate to automate tasks without writing extensive code. Conclusion. This tutorial covered the basics of automating Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM using C. You can expand this by integrating other entities and operations as required. Always ensure to handle exceptions and errors appropriately in production code.